Well, the last time you were here in this stadium and on this field, a little bit different circumstances. You were celebrating maybe the greatest baseball day of your life as World Series champions. Different circumstances now. You're wearing a different hat, different uniform. What is this day like for you?
It's definitely special. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. Like I said, I'm very excited to be a part of this organization, and very excited for 2020.
Well, one of our colleagues, Nomar Garcia-Parr, said it is a shock to the system when you come up with an organization, it's the only organization that you've ever known, and then to be traded. Granted, his was right before the trade deadline. Yours is before spring training. Is it a shock to your system, or were you prepared for this, hearing rumblings going back a few months?
I think it's both. I was definitely prepared, but it's still a shock when it actually happens. It's all, like I said, all the little things as far as where am I going to live and all those type of things that you don't think about, man. It's for 9 years straight, I was doing the same thing over and over again, and so now this is definitely different. But it's a new chapter that I'm excited to start.
What about being traded right before spring training? It would be better, ideally, if it was earlier in the offseason. You have a chance to come out here and you guys can find a place to live. I know you've got at least one young child. What is that experience like? Because you got to find a place that you want to be able to settle down and also get to spring training quickly.
Yeah, I literally just signed the lease for my spring training house. I don't have a house here yet, so right now, I got to get. I don't know. We'll figure it out, man. It's just a lot going on. The dust has to settle a little, and then hopefully I have some home to go to.
What kind of challenges do you anticipate adjusting to a new league and a new division? I know we have interleague play, and so you see the teams in the NL West once only every 3 years, but I was looking at it. You've only played twice in San Francisco, and obviously when the Dodgers go there, it's a big rivalry similar to the Yankees and Red Sox. You played twice in San Diego, but I imagine there's going to be an adjustment for you.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely seeing new pitchers. I was kind of used to the AL, seeing the same guys over and over again, and so now I see new guys. But it's essentially the same thing. They got to throw strikes, and I got to hit strikes. And so, if I kind of keep it simple, not add any pressure, everything should be fine.
So obviously you played against the Dodgers in the World Series, and then they win 106 games last year, and they run into a hot Nationals team, so they didn't make it back to the Fall Classic for a third straight year. But when you look at this roster from the outside, what do you think?
Obviously, they made it to the World Series a couple years in a row, and then came up short last year in the DS or the CS. I'm sorry, but definitely is a deep lineup. Deep rotation. Everything is there. It's just a matter of going out and putting it into action. And I think I'm here to help.
I know that Andrew and Dave Robertson, this whole organization, they value character guys, and that's one of the things that they were telling us even before the trade was consummated. Great character guys that you are, and David Price is. I want to go back to after Game 2 of the World Series, and I know you didn't really do anything for publicity that night, but there you are. You have a hoodie on. You and your cousin are feeding homeless people at 1 o'clock in the morning after you guys beat the Dodgers in Game 2 of the World Series, but you didn't want publicity about it. What was it about that was so important for you to do?
Me and my family, we had 8, and so there was no sense in throwing all the food away. And so where I lived was across the street from a library, and I've seen homeless people there before, and so my first thought was, take it down there. And I forget how late it was, so we were waking.
According to the reports, it was 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was pretty late. I know we were waking everybody up, but it was definitely something that, like I said, wasn't looking for any publicity. It's just something that I was doing, and that's just kind of where my heart is, just trying to help.
Well, I know that the city of Boston absolutely loved you, and Dodger fans, I know you weren't here last week, but Dodger fans have been going nuts over the thoughts of you coming here and being part of this Dodger family now, and I know they're going to embrace you.
Yeah, like I said, I love Boston. It's been my life for the last 9-10 years, but this is definitely a new chapter that I'm super, super excited about, and got to win a World Series.